Hey, what's going on YouTube? Now that we are done beating the Judge Magister Strikes Back on the hardest difficulty, it's time to start talking about how you farm it. Because you do need to farm up about 300 of the Enhanced Silk. You can see on my screen I've got 188 right now. I've been kind of working on how I wanted to kind of farm this up efficiently, and I've got a couple ideas that I want to share with you using basically the same team that I used to beat it, but with a couple of tweaks that I've worked on to try and like make it a little smoother. And so I'll go ahead and show that now. Technically, this does work for a clear as well. If you want to use this instead of the other clear that I put out, that totally works. But here's the team that we're going to use right here. So instead of White Dragon Ling, I have Mastermind Zon just to be doing some stealing. But there are a couple of changes to gear I want to show you. So first of all, Zon is wearing blind weapons, and that's really the only important thing. He is wearing his STMR or his TMR for triple casting, but he does have blind weapons because the Gabranth can be blinded, which helps with the damage that you take. Although our tank is going to be evading as well, so really just blind weapons, 2 of them preferably. And whatever else you can do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. He's not doing damage. He's just stealing. But since he can triple cast his steal, that helps you to steal the materials you need. I did switch Roberta to dual cast or dual wielding, just because it made her easier to gear for human killer. Because in this build she does need to do a little more damage. And so there she is. She's got human killer at 300%, and she's doing dual wield instead. There you go. And then otherwise, Runda is going to be, wearing evasion gear. So Runda is, instead of being just built for pure defense, is wearing evasion. Just in case you take longer than a few turns to do this. This way Runda can evade some of the attacks instead of just absorbing them. And otherwise, these two are geared the same. Our strategy is only slightly different. So it still works, though, pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and show you I'll go ahead and show their gear while we're sitting here. There we go. We're just wearing some gear. We're not using the shift form. There we are. And there you go. There you go. Let's get into this. So like I said, the important thing is, and I'll kind of talk through how this works as well. So Zon is just going to start by doing stealing. He's going to be stealing every turn 3 times to get as many of the materials as he can. So he's going to use Grand Waylay, and there we go. He got 1 that time, he got 2 that time, and 1 that time. The most I've ever seen him get off of a steal is 10, which is pretty sweet when that happens. Now notice Gabranth is also blinded because of the weapons he was wielding, so that's pretty cool. The next thing we're going to do is with Roberta, we're going to use Inferno Breath, support from the skies for Mirage stacks, and Mega Breath to do triple cast. Now what's important, I'm going to go ahead and show you this. Inferno Breath is a 135 imperil. Gabranth has naturally 110 or 210% fire resistance, and that's his lowest resistance. So if you subtract 135 from 210, you get 75. He's only got 75 resistance left at the end of his at the end of all the numbers. So that allows you to do the most potential damage to him. 75 resistance. He's still resisting quite a bit of your damage, but that's the best chance you've got. So there you go. Inferno, Inferno, support, and Mega Breath. There we go. So on Tyvus, we're just going to use Tyvus Spirit, not losing anything more in Flame Sphere. And Roberta, or Selena, is going to use Brilliance, Polaris, and Star Supernova. There we go. They don't do as much damage as they do in my other run. That's all right. Runda is going to go ahead and what's the word then? Limit Burst. I guess we could improve this a little bit by adding a break. I guess nobody's breaking in this run. Nobody's wearing the Obsidian Bracer, so I guess you could do that. But he's not broken right now, so There we go. So once you've done that first turn, you just go ahead and reload. Get some more of the materials. Not stealing very much this time. That's okay. We're going to quadruple Mystic Breath. It's fire imbued. We're going to use regular Limit Burst and triple Bolting Strikes. And triple Bolting Strikes. We're going to start by doing Tybus, and he does reduce defense with his Limit Burst. So I guess here's a break. So we'll do that, and then that. There we go. I usually end up with about 20% health there. The most I've ever seen is 17% health left. A lot of attacks miss. Runda takes the rest. It's totally fine. And now we're on turn 3. We go ahead and hit reload. Zon steals 3 times. We got 5 that time. 1. And that's it. So you can steal a total of 8 times. You know, I just triple cast with Zon, and there you go. This time we're just going to triple cast Bolting Strikes with Tybus. If you had his Limit Burst again, you could use his Limit Burst, but you don't have to. They're going to do the damage all on their own. So there you go. And so that's how I'm farming it. You could, if you wanted to, use an Obsidian Bracer to break on the first turn. You could just put that on Zon if you wanted to. And then that way you would break the boss. And then you would do more damage on the first turn. But obviously you don't want to kill it too fast, because if you kill it too fast, you miss out on opportunities for your thief to steal. So in this run, you can see Elena still carried the damage just like she did in the other run. And there you go. Pretty cool. That's it. So that's allowing me to steal. That run I got really, really bad. I only got 13. Usually I get like 20 or so. So I did really poorly that time. But there you go. 13 more. So now I'm at 201, so I only need 99 to go. But that's how I'm currently farming these, and hopefully that helps you to understand how to do damage to them, as well as to, you know, farm these up so you can get the fully upgraded Vayne's clothes, because they are pretty strong for Vayne. If you've got an EX3 Vayne, I happen to have one, it's going to be, you know, significant to helping him have high stats. So there you go. Hopefully that helps, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.